Good afternoon, everyone. I am proud today to close the chapter on one of the most disgraceful breaches of public trust that I have seen in my 30-plus years in law enforcement. Former New York State Trooper Thomas Mascia has finally been held accountable for the reprehensive charade he began a year ago. As you all know, Mascia radioed in a false report that he had been shot by a gunman during a traffic stop on the Southern State Parkway near Exit 17 in West Hempstead. Investigators immediately sensed that something was off with his story, and their instincts were right. Our state police partners handled this case with sharp and thorough investigative work from the get-go. They followed the evidence and did not let emotion cloud their judgment. Once they saw the cracks in Mascia's story is when my office was brought into this investigation. That partnership was crucial in exposing this defendant's bold-faced lie that he tried to disguise as heroism. The very lie was revealed to be nothing more than a stunt. Mascia shot himself in the leg, scattered shell casings at the scene to try to grab headlines. He wanted sympathy, he wanted attention, and he didn't care what it cost to get it. Now he'll have the attention of the four walls of his jail cell for the next 6 months. In Mascia's pre-sentence report, he tried to paint himself as someone with a momentary lapse of judgment, that his actions were not premeditated, that it was a blip in his life. And this, of course, is just more lies from a serial liar. As my prosecutors worked with state police on this to determine why Mascia did what he did, we took a hard look into the former trooper's phone history. And what we found was like staring right into his plan. Because believe me, this was premeditated and planned. This was a man who knew what he wanted to do and methodically planned it out. His text messages and online activity in the days and weeks leading up to the shooting paint a picture of an attention seeker, someone who wanted desperately to be seen and admired. His actions were truly premeditated. A month before Mascia shot himself, he was looking up websites to buy guns online. 3 days before the incident, he searched and visited an article entitled "Trigger Warning: How Does It Feel to Get Shot?" That same day, Mascia visited several New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission website pages and looked up temporary vehicle tags and registrations. He searched specifically for what those tags would look like because he was going to call in a report that he had been shot and that the car the driver got away in had temporary New Jersey tags on them. He did his homework. 2 days before he shot himself, he searched on Wikipedia for the word liver shot. The afternoon of the incident, in text message conversations to 2 different people, Mascia asks, "Why doesn't the Southern State have cameras or license plate readers the way the Thruway does?" And to another that morning, to heighten the drama, he foreshadowed his impending shooting, telling this person in a series of messages, "Last time I had this feeling, I got hit by a truck. It's like a sixth sense thing. It's like a sixth sense thing. I have plans made. Plus, I can hold my own. God doesn't want me. The devil ain't ready. I'm too stubborn to die. You know this." Later that night, he shot himself in the leg and called in his phantom assailant. The next day, after allegedly being shot, by a rogue motorist, Mascia is on the internet looking up articles about his shooting. 2 days later, after having called in that it was a Dodge Charger, the car the shooter was in, he hit the internet again and looked up 2015 to 2023 Dodge Charger body kits. He wasn't curious. He wanted to be prepared because he knew he was going to undergo further questioning. After he shot himself, he realized his story would be scrutinized, but he thought he was smart enough to get away with it. Together with our state police partners, we proved he was not. Thomas Mascia was more consumed by appearances than the responsibility of the oath he took to protect and serve. His actions were an insult to members of law enforcement everywhere, and a stain on the badge of every member who carries one. On the night of his twisted performance, hundreds of officers were diverted from real emergencies. His actions put members of law enforcement throughout the state who were attempting to hunt down someone they believed shot a fellow officer in danger. Men and women who continue to choose to serve across Long Island and beyond with integrity, not foolishness. Today, Mascia was sentenced to jail, probation, and mental health treatment. We can finally put this ugly and completely needless performance behind us. I want this case to send a message that's loud and clear. Being in a position of public service is an enormous privilege, and one that we who serve in public service take seriously. It is a privilege and should never be taken lightly. My office will always be committed to finding the truth and holding anyone accountable who thinks they are above the law. Again, my thanks to the New York State Police Department for their partnership, and my gratitude to all of our law enforcement professionals who protect and serve Nassau County every day. I thank you for standing up for what is right. I'll take some questions.
Ms. Donnelly, you talked about that time you wanted sympathy and attention. Was that from the public? Was it from a specific individual? Can you elaborate a little bit?
We believe it's from both. There was an ex-girlfriend he was trying to impress, and we believe that he wanted the public to see him as a hero.
What do you make of the fact that not only, obviously, he did something to get attention, but that it was so planned? Like, how do you characterize a person, carrying a badge that's doing that?
We need to categorize him. I would say he's methodical, and he thought this through, knowing even where to shoot himself, that he wouldn't get a bad injury. I don't know what else to say.
And the tags, researching down to the license plate the type of license plate that he would call in, he was,
Yes.
pretty specific in what he was looking up.
Yep, New Jersey temporary plates is what he was looking up, and that's what he called in, a New Jersey temporary plate.
And he chose the Southern State for a specific reason, apparently?
Because there are no cameras or license plate readers.
Can you elaborate on who he was texting with those messages?
No,
Can you characterize them or no?
no, I would say they're friends of his.
Okay.
But did he, in the text messages, did he say he was going to do this, or, can you put those in context, kind of?
No, what he said was, I have a feeling something's gonna happen. Last time I had this feeling, I got hit by a truck, which we found out afterwards was also a planned injury story that he had tried to set up months before.
Tia Donnelly, can you just confirm, the defense attorney said that the 6 months isn't actually 6 months because it's a split, so it's 4 months? I just want to clarify, 4 months behind bars and then 2 months at home, is that right?
Well, you do 80% of any sentence
Oh,
that the
okay.
court hands down.
But I just never heard it as a split, sorry. I don't know what that meant.
That's certainly not something that we would categorize it as.
Oh.
A split would be, it's a split because he's getting 6 months and 5 years
Yeah.
probation.
Oh,
And you mentioned that mental health therapy will be part of his sentence. I didn't hear that in court. Is that actually a condition of part of the sentence?
Yes, he has to undergo mental health treatment
For probation.
through probation,
Right.
correct.
Is there a period of time or is specified in the sentence?
No,
One more?
Can you say if the order of protection was for the ex-girlfriend?
we have an order of protection. Okay, yeah, no, I can't comment on that.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.